Would you have banned either of these marches, the Palestine Action one or the Tommy Robinson march?
So I have said that we should now start banning the pro-Palestinian marches because they are creating a climate of intimidation and fear against Jewish people. All this globalized, the Intifada and from the river to the sea nonsense is a cover for wiping out Jewish people. We've seen
people on those marches who don't think that that's what they're doing.
That may be the case, but there are others who know what that's about, and it's encouraging them. We've seen murders at a synagogue in Heaton Park. We have seen what happened in Golders Green just a few weeks ago, 2 attempted murders. I think it's time, we should call time on that.
The Tommy Robinson march, anything on that concerned you?
So I obviously didn't go there. I think that it's one of those marches where there are lots of people who are going for good reasons. There's some people who are going for not very good reasons. But it's a different kind of thing. They are talking about uniting the kingdom.
I notice you're wearing a shirt or a button that says "I'm a Zionist." Yep. What does a Zionist mean to you? What is a Zionist?
Well, a Zionist is someone who believes in a homeland for Jewish people.
I believe. My definition, when I've looked at that in the dictionary, is Israel first.
It means Israel first.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
well, you know, there is a negative connotation in a lot of realms about Zionism, and since it does denote that it is Israel first, can you possibly serve 2 masters? Meaning, can you serve England and Israel at the same time?
Shalom. Listen, let me tell you something. Yeah. If there was a war tomorrow, which there will be, because I'll probably start at the end of the session. If there was a war and it kicked off, I would be there on the front line fighting for Israel.
In this video, I want to cover that despite Tommy Robinson screaming that he's going to start a race war, there's actually videos of Tommy Robinson saying that he's going to start a race war, and that's his intention, and that he puts Israel first, not his own country. Tommy Robinson seldom stays in England, yet he's stirring things up while he's running back on holiday to 5-star hotels, lathing in the sun, as he did last year when he started the riots.
Nobody could join us if they'd been former members of the EDL or the BNP. I did not want the far right getting involved with UKIP. I wanted to make tough arguments about illegal immigration, what was happening in the Mediterranean, all the rest of it, without any taint, of racism or Islamophobia or whatever it may be. And I can't believe that the current UKIP leader wants to welcome in the founder of the EDL. But worst of all, they're now planning a rally in London on the 9th of December, where Robinson and Batten will speak. It's a march through Westminster. I know what will happen. It'll be full of skinheads and people with tattooed to the eyeballs. They'll all be drunk before they get there. Punch-ups and God knows what. And the next day is the vote on the Brexit thing. I mean, and this is how Brexit will look. It'll look like a bunch of far-right things. I'm absolutely disgusted by it. So I've held my silence as a former party leader until now, but we now have to get rid of this bloke as leader, because he's not just damaging UKIP, he's damaging Brexit. Literally the street, literally street fighting, yobby, thuggy, nasty, extremist, racist. I'm heartbroken by it.
Most of Tommy Robinson's supporters, reformers, you look at social media, they're not just target the so-called boats or Muslims, they also target black people. They are Nazis, they are racist. But what's interesting is that Kemi Badenoch says that Tommy Robinson, a convicted felon, got a long list of conviction, is uniting the country. Why would a black woman, in opposition, could be the future prime minister, argue that a racist and an ex-convict, or not ex-convict, he's always break the law every year, a convicted felon is uniting the country? What's her motives? I'm not a fan of Louis Farrakhan at all, but he was banned. Said that his presence is not conducive for the black community. And what's interesting is that Louis Farrakhan, Nation of Islam, not one of their members has ever been in prison for violence as a result of his political message. In fact, you're more likely to hear Louis Farrakhan talk about pork, not eating pork, mothership, spaceship. It's a friendly organization where people talk about health, okay, and the mothership that's going to rescue them from the skies. It's harmless, giving people pipe dreams, giving them hope. But I've never known Louis Farrakhan's members, never, since 1930s, 40s, has never ever waged war against white people. Never. And I don't think they have any intention to. So why is he banned from the UK? Yet Tommy Robinson is free to travel up and down causing trouble. Who's supporting him? And why they're supporting this convicted felon, who's most of his friends, look at hope, not hate. Just look up, Tommy Robinson is a hypocrite when it comes to children. And you will see most of his friends, his associates, has been in prison for child offences. Yet Kemi Badenoch has no problem saying that Tommy Robinson is uniting the country, unlike the protest against violence, in Gaza, unlike the people who protest about Palestinian. She said, oh, they're violent, they're not allowed. But a convicted felon is. Something does not make sense. This is the same woman who supports Donald Trump. He's also a convicted felon. They have no problem King Charles going to a convicted felon. Donald Trump is a convicted felon. A lot of women have accused him of sexual harassment. Yet the leaders have no problem, the far right have no problem embracing Donald Trump. You get the question. Their agenda is purely racist. It's not about morals. They don't mind when their own kind break the law. They have no problem with it. Their problem is they just hate people of colour. And Kemi Badenoch, whose husband is white and Jewish, she knows which side her bread is buttered on. She's just playing a game for power.
If you don't think, they will think for you. If you don't cry for peace, they will come for you. They'll love you today, they'll love you confused. If you don't cry for justice,
nobody could join us if they were informed members of the EDL or the BNP. I did not want the far right getting involved with UKIP. I wanted to make tough arguments about illegal immigration, what was happening in the Mediterranean, all the rest of it, without any taint, of racism or Islamophobia or whatever it may be. And I can't believe that the current UKIP leader wants to welcome in the founder of the EDL. But worst of all, they're now planning a rally in London on the 9th of December, where Robinson and Batten will speak. It's a march through Westminster. I know what will happen. It'll be full of skinheads and people with tattooed to the eyeballs. They'll all be drunk before they get there. Punch-ups and God knows what. And the next day is the vote on the Brexit thing. I mean, and this is how Brexit will look. It'll look like a bunch of far-right people. I'm absolutely disgusted by it. So I've held my silence as a forward pioneer until now. But we now have to get rid of this bloke as leader. Because he's not just damaging UKIP, he's damaging Brexit. Literally the street, literally street fighting, yobby, thuggy, nasty, extremist, racist. I'm heartbroken by it.